Okay, hey guys. So on Netflix, there's this one show called Blood and Water. In it, it has this one character, Puling, and she uncovers a conspiracy for a trafficking ring. In this, you go for a job and you go to the interview and you end up on a ship where they ship you somewhere else or just end up killing you. And normally things like this would just stay in movies. But in the case of Fode Musa and so many other people, something like this comes into their lives. Okay, so let me give you the context. So at this point, Fode Musa and his kids, they live in the Faranah region of Guinea. His kids living in Guinea, they want a good life. So they decide, yo, let me get a good job and a job interview for a different company in a different place, and this company is called Qnet. And the thing with what they think Qnet is that they take people abroad, give them jobs, and eventually give them citizenship. All in all, a pretty good deal. Or is it? See, the thing with this version of Qnet is that it isn't an actual company that takes people abroad. No, it's a scamming ring, or should I say trafficking ring. And his kids ended up falling prey to that. Rather than a job, the kids end up being taken to the nearby country of Sierra Leone, since their country of Guinea, its borders aren't as secure as they should be in order to prevent something like this. And they are then incentivized to lure their family and their friends back into this specific ring. And the way they do this is because, like, the more people you lure in, the better they treat you. And since the people you are luring in are your friends and family and other people around you, number one, you begin to lose friends and family, and number two, others don't trust you at the same. Okay, so all in all, they just get treated worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay, and one way that a lot of people, like Fode Musa's daughter, when she ended up getting recovered a year later, is they feel that the opportunity is still there, that they could still possibly be taken to a different country. The problem is that the people who are running these trafficking rings, they never had the opportunity, and they never had the intent to take Fode Musa's children and the other people in this situation abroad. Okay, and this isn't just the case for Musa. This is the case for so many people. Like, we see this with cases like Hawapisa. We see this with cases like 110 people who were rescued by the Criminal Investigation Department in Ghana, 295 people rescued from this trafficking ring by the Economic and Organized Crime Officers in Ghana, and 75 victims rescued from another trafficking Qnet scheme in Nigeria. And this is so sickening. But one thing that's frustrating and a really bad thing is that the Qnet scams, they are genuinely confusing. And one reason they're so confusing is that Qnet is an actual Chinese company. Rather than trying to offer visas to people and giving them jobs in the United States, giving them jobs in Canada, giving them jobs in Great Britain, they're a health and wellness company. What they do is that they provide an online marketplace for people all around the world to sell their wellness stuff, like shea butter. They have to sell like lotion. They have a ton of other stuff. And Qnet literally had to post up signs saying, "We are Qnet." Qnet is not a foreign travel agency. Qnet is a wellness company. We sell wellness stuff, not all that stuff. Okay, and even another disgusting thing is that in addition to forcing people to lure their family, what they do is also do stuff like ransoms. Like, back to Mr. Fode. By December of 2025, last year, Fode Musa had already given $25,000 to the traffickers in order to bring his children back. And you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. Like, he even had to work with the police to find his children. Unfortunately, they got a tip to a location in McKenna in Sierra Leone. And when they got to that location, they found a bunch of people who were victims of the Qnet scams. They also found that his kids had already been in that location, but they already moved. And in order to finish up his story is that his daughter ended up being found they ended up finding her, but they couldn't really find his other son who was in that list. And the thing with his daughter is that, number one, she didn't want her name to be revealed, which is like, I'll be honest, if I was in that situation, I would never want my name to be revealed. Number two, she felt a lot of shame for what she did, because she did lure people and she was justifying it with, actually, maybe it's going to be real, maybe it's actually going to pop up, but it never ended up not doing that. And she felt shame and she didn't want to see her dad. Okay, and back to the general context. And this isn't the only raid they did. The police say they did 20 more raids like this stuff over the past year. And this is just how prevalent this disgusting, sickening trafficking, I don't even want to say scam, this sickening trafficking ring is. And fortunately, the traffickers, the police's experts, they have been working. Number one, you already heard about the 20 leads like that. And then I also mentioned the hundreds of people that were rescued by the police and the authorities in their companies. And yes, it's good that the police and all that locked in. Like, I'm happy for that. Lock in. But, so, for a dumb reason, I only heard about this kinds of cases a few days ago on BBC. And personally, I think that it should get more coverage, not just in Africa, but in the world, because the Qnet scam, they have good chance of going global to other disadvantaged areas. And the less coverage this issue and these scams get, the more people are likely to fall prey to these things. So I feel like it's just more of a matter of making people aware. We already see Qnet putting up banners and, let's say, doing their part. And I just think that the government, not just the government, but let's say social media, internet, something like what I'm doing right now needs to happen more. Either way, I'll see you guys. Thanks for giving me the chance to speak today. I love you consensually. Bye-bye.